Hey, welcome back to T4 Adventures. We got the windshield in and we're gonna try to install our new windshield from SuperAtv on our 2023 Kawasaki Teryx4 SLE model, better known as Turquoise Rex. Alright, so a couple of concerns I have with the windshield. It should be a fairly easy install. It's basically going to be like these brackets for the mirrors onto the pole, onto the frame rail here. But we have this LED light bar here. So our 32-inch light bar, we may have to do something with this. I'm not sure yet. I think we're just going to get the windshield out of the packaging and then just kind of go from there. Okay, hopefully this is not going to be too complicated. So we have some bent up decals here, rhino axles. I guess this is all stuff from SuperAtv. Different decals I have. That's cool. Just set that to the side. Yeah, we got another box inside here. Oh, today is Halloween, so Merry Halloween, everybody. This is some hardware. So clamps go on the roll cage, and then the windshield probably attaches to that. And here's one with the strut, or the gas shock. Flips the windshield up and out, in and out. Okay, so here's another. Two of those, and we have two of these. So I think we're gonna have two sections of this windshield, a lower piece and then an upper piece. Yeah, so this is the handle that's gonna separate the two pieces and allow the windshield to flap up. Ooh, it's been sitting on the shelf for a while, pretty dusty. And some rubber padding. Okay. Lots of hardware. Nuts, bolts, washers. And some more rubber cushion trim stuff, whatever. So there's the lower piece. This is specifically fit for this model, so I think it's 2021 and up on the Kawasaki Teryx. Here's the upper piece. So going to be this way, and the handle is going to attach to here. The handle will go on the back side so you can operate it from the inside of the unit. There's a QR code you can download instructions and details. SuperAtv, coupon, special deals, and more. Fast and free shipping to the lower 48 states. And so if we want instructions and details about this, we just gotta do that and it'll bring it up. Okay. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my mirror brackets off both sides. kind of wanted to relocate these mirrors anyway. They're kind of in a spot where I need to be able to see things. So I think I'm going to actually put them lower. We'll know more where we can put them when we get the windshield put on. So we're going to put this gasket, this rubber gasket, all on the edge here. For this bottom piece, this rounded edge is going to rest on top of the hood. Okay, we got the rubber gasket on, so it does go up the sides just a little bit. So it's best just to even it up, start in the middle, try to put these on the end, and then just work your way down. You may have to back and forth, pressing it on there. It eventually will grip on all the way around. Okay, now I'm just going to put it up here and see what we look like. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so our first clamp, we take the 2 bolts off right here, take those out, and we just loosely put this on here. So this bracket is going to come up and get this underside right there, and use the 2 bolts and washers that we have in our little hardware tray. Okay, so we just got the lower piece just resting on the hood here. Then we grab 2 of our bolts and rubber gasket washers. So we're just gonna attach the bracket loosely to the windshield. He jumps up on the fence there, then he's going to jump down. Get back down there, fellow. Back on task here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this top bracket here. Do the same thing, get 2 bolts, 2 rubber gasket washers. And then we're gonna have to have 2 nuts on the back side of this one. That one's screwed directly into, threaded into the bracket. So we didn't need nuts for that one. We're gonna have to get nuts for this one. Let's do that next. So we're not doing it real tight. We're just getting them snug. So that way we know when we put it up here, where the bracket's gonna attach to the pole. We're gonna go down about as far as we can right there. It looks good. Those electrical lines, I may have to move those around somewhere. See, this right here is right up against the pole, and I have those lines. I may have to move them out of the way a little bit. Let me go do that real quick. All right, so we got the lower windshield down in place where it should go. We're going to go ahead and tighten the bracket, and then we'll tighten the other screws. Before we tighten these screws, we'll get the other one in place, the other bracket on the other side. Okay, so for this passenger side one, I had to cut all my zip ties, attaching my wiring for all my lights, accessory lights. So I just had to cut those and get them out of the way so I can get the bracket in here. Once I get everything established, then I can put these wires back and zip tie them up. But for now, we're just able to push them out of the way. All right, we got the other bracket in place, and we haven't tightened any of these down yet. They're just kind of loosely on there. I did get the brackets kind of tight. So we want to try to make sure this is even, level with the machine. So we're just kind of looking at this hump here, this ridge, and the spacing right there, and compare it to the other side, and it looks pretty even. Basically, you just want to get everything loose on there and then just shove it down as far as it'll go, where it looks like that, and then start tightening everything up. So now we got both sides on and it looks pretty even. Now we're just gonna tighten everything down. Okay, so the bolts for the clamps, I tightened them down pretty good, getting leverage on the clamps. Here where it's hitting the plexiglass, I'm just getting them hand tight this way. Anything more, if you do it this way, you could over tighten, possibly crack, so you don't want to do that. So basically we're just compressing that rubber gasket, getting a little tight right there. So I figure just hand tight like this way is perfect. All right, there's our lower piece. Let's kind of roughly put the top piece up and see if we're gonna have to do something with our light bar. Okay, before we tackle the upper piece, and I think we are gonna have to do some of this. I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do yet with it. I really like where it is. We're just gonna have to get the windshield on and then see what we're gonna be able to do with this. But before we do the top part of the windshield, we're gonna have to put this bracket here where it clamps on. And we got Jackson behind us tuning up his KTM 2-stroke. Alright, so let's get this clamp bracket put on. Okay, so we're going to put the plate on the bottom, bracket on the top, bolt through the top, nut on the bottom, just like that. Alright, so we got to get our brackets attached to this. There's going to be 2 like that. And then once we get that on, then we got to attach the gas struts. And it says to attach it while it's in the open position. So we'll have to make sure and do that. Alright, so let's get some brackets put on here. We may have to go recruit some help for this. Neighbor issues again. Alright, so I've got that held on over there with 1 bolt on the top bracket just to kind of hold it in place so I can get these brackets put in. Okay. So we have a handle here that's going to go up above the handle. Well, that's going up pretty high. But we're still just kind of worried about when we go like this. I think it'll be fine. I just got to get my electrical cords here out of the way. Let me see if I can get a bolt in this top bracket over here. Alright, so this driver's side has got to go up higher to match the other side. I think I'm going to have to loosen it. Grab my Allen wrench. So we're just going to loosen it and raise it up. Alright, so let's go up. There we go. Hold it here to kind of see. So basically we want this bottom piece to fit in that little ledge And I think it's going to go up a little higher. Right there. So let me get that bracket. And I think I'm going to have to loosen the bracket of the light bar. Let me put my screw in here so I keep my place. So I loosened the brackets on the light bar so you can see that. So now then we can adjust this, because I think we need to go higher so this can go in all the way to be able to close. So next we need to get the upper part of the clamp on. So I think it goes this way like that. So I think we're going to go like that. So we got to get this back plate on the outside. And then the bolts on the outside, and then the nuts on the inside. Let's get the back plate and the bolts on the outside real quick. Looks fairly lined up. It should come in and then go down, snap into place. Okay, let's see. Man, almost. I think maybe once we get everything situated, this bracket may need to come up a little bit. So it's grabbing right there. So that's just what holds the windshield closed while you're riding. And open, bent. Okay. We're gonna get everything tightened up, and then we'll see how it looks then. We're not quite there yet. We're getting low on daylight. So I am having to, I'm having to loosen the rooftop. I had to loosen a bracket on the light bar because my windshield will not tilt because it was hitting the light bar bracket on both sides and the mirror bracket. So I had to loosen all that, and I loosened this bracket too much. The bolt came out and the nut is on top and it's floating up there and I can't line it up, so I got to loosen the rooftop to be able to get back to that. So this light bar being where it is really what the holdup on this whole project is. So we'll get there. Should go on a we should be able to go on a Halloween night ride. That would be fun. Well, I tell you, the things that that's been a lot of the distractions today. Has been animals. I don't want to lose a nut. There we go. The things I got to do to get a windshield put on my side by side, I'll tell you. Delay, that's it. Distractions and delays been by animals. Man, I may have to take this light bar off. All right, welcome to the next day here. So this project with the windshield has gotten a little frustrating. The job itself of putting the windshield on, it's not that bad. It's I I'm really stubborn. I'm really stubborn about my light bar. I really wanted to keep the light bar where it was, and I think I'm going to have to just abandon that whole stubbornness, because you can see my windshield here. It's just, the edge of the windshield is just not clearing when it tilts. If I keep the windshield closed, then it's fine, you know, but you want to be able to open the windshield. That's the whole reason why we got this windshield. And then when you do open it, I mean, this is the best I could get it with the light bar bracket. And it's not opening fully on one side. And also, if you had it in the open position, your light bar is going to be blocked. So we do need to get that light bar up above on top of the roof, and we're going to have to use the original brackets that the light bar came with. All right, so next step is to get the light bar off, get it up on top of the roof, and hopefully our windshield should be just fine then. Okay, so we got our light bar off. So we got our light bar off, the brackets off for the light bar off the roll cage here. We got the rear view mirror bracket up out of the way to allow the functionality of the windshield. We got the roof reattached. So let's test it out here. The only thing is this little bag. I might move this bag over to the corner. It just kind of moves a little bit, so if you have stuff in there, I mean, I don't think it's going to hinder anything. But there it is. So I'm 6 foot tall, and my line of sight, I mean, this windshield, when it's in the open position, doesn't hinder my vision at all. I mean, it's way up here. And then in the down position, same thing. The bottom line doesn't mess with my line of sight at all. It worked really good last night on the night ride, Halloween night ride. Well, we got the windshield on. Everything works great. We have one issue. I broke my light bar. Yep. Let me get you a close-up so you can see what's going on with the light bar. So we got the brackets lined up to tap into this bar under here. So we got it all lined up, even, all that good stuff. So I didn't have this spacer in before, and you can see these ridges. So this bracket was not tall enough to clear the ridges. So what I did was I just did one side. I didn't have the spacers. This was flat onto there. And I had that one on there, and this light bar was up like that. I thought maybe this would bend a little bit, maybe. So I started pulling on that, and then something snapped along inside. It kind of bowed, and it doesn't work. My fuse is good, the switch is good. So $70 light bar down the drain. I got another one ordered, so this will just stay here until the new one comes in. And I already got it lined up, and I got these spacers in here so it clears those ridges. We won't have that issue with the new one. Yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. If not, give me a thumbs up anyway. Is that how it works? Anyway, so we got our windshield in. It works good. It's really gonna serve us well. And we'll just get a new light bar put on there, and that's it. Thanks for tuning in to T4 Adventures.